idea.
Convert classic cars to electric. That was sort of my pandemic thing.
Ooh, you're actually, that's hilarious. Sorry, our guests are getting to know you. Hi, welcome back. Jay Ryan here, Late Night Playset. Our guests over here are getting to know one another right now. They look like contestants on The Price is Right. Will and Gunnar, come on down. $1, Bob. I'm just thinking, you know, the one thing we're lacking now is a light-up skyline, and I'm thinking you, Mr. Electric. Whoa, he might be able to make this sucker light up somehow. You know what I'm saying? Well, it came to mind since you're here. Okay. It's basically I saw you and oh god, there's a problem. Oh, there's a solution. Problem. Solution. Problem. Solution. What's that? A whiteboard? Nothing. Oh, you're gonna draw it out? Blueprint. Anyway, so it's LA Lit Week, everybody. LA Lit Week. We had a fantastic day over at Sierra Madre Collection. We planned on going for an hour. 4 hours? I don't know how long we were there. It was a long time. The majority of the day. We got back just in time to warm up the studio to be here with all of you, and we are very happy to do so. Thanks for being with us. It's going to be a party show. We got Gunnar and Will here. There is no agenda. We're catching up with Gunnar. We're introducing everybody to Will. Will's normally behind this camera right here. Whoa, he can do this. Usually he does this. And sometimes, if you want to come over here, he looks like this. There he is. There he is. Yeah. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And let's see who's here already on the Instagrams. Grand Impression is here. Duvet K joined. Steve Soggy. Steve Soggy is here. Oh, Steve, you poor son of a gun. We got to get Steve a space heater or something and dry all that shit out. 29 YSR years. 29 years? Yes, sir. 29. Yes, sir. And Hot Dog Man or Hot Dog Wingman. Hot Da Wingman could be here. TRJ911 joined. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We are going to start the show right now. Take it away, Will. How is this possible? Take it away, Will. You trim your beard. You look great. And he did a shave. Everybody looks great. What's up, you guys? No, but you see anything? Kurt must be here. Gosh, our guests are fantastic. They're going to be in here in a couple minutes. It's Gunnar Mench, and it's Will on camera 3, whose real name, I should probably address him correctly, it's William Benedict, but he goes by Will, and he goes by Raiden Motors, and he goes by Tremoloom, and he has a lot of names, and he's a man of many names. I'm a man of many mugs. This is a situation we're going to get under control as soon as we... Get everything tightened up here. Auto Kennel bought a badge. Thank you very much. We've got badges for sale. Badges go towards advertising, the ads. And the ads make the audience bigger, which makes all of you early adopters VIPs. That's how that works. Thanks for buying the badge, Auto Kennel. Itemizes deduction. Oh, man. Hello, everybody. Rambo's here. Rambo, it was great to see you in person earlier. Many Akas, says Bobby. A.K.A. apostrophe S. I don't know what that means, but it's good to say. Loved seeing you all today. Yeah, same here. Gunner into house, says Bobby Bass. You know Bobby Bass?
Yeah, we just connected.
Awesome.
He took a picture of this Big Island Club sticker that he had on his car and sent it to me.
Oh, amazing. I love it. Love it.
The one that I gave him last year.
Oh, so you do know him. That's freaking awesome.
GVBC.
That's awesome. All right, it's going to be... Oh, yeah, I'm bringing it back to us. It's going to be loose. We're playing it loose. It's the loose show. Tell your friends. We're playing it loose. Not a whole lot going on this evening because it's Lit Week. It's open houses. We're all on the fly. We're all on the move. Today we did the Sierra Madre. Shit, it has a name. I didn't know any of this. It has a whole name. And, shit, what's it called? What was it called? Sierra Madre Collection. Auto Fest. It's Auto Fest 2022. We had these. I took mine off earlier, but I still have my bracelet on. You took your bracelet off. It was really, really great. They took over Glendale, Colorado Boulevard area there, whatever that street is. They took it over again, and tons of awesome cars, tons of great people. Really nice to see everyone. No masks again, considering the last time we saw everybody was at that event a week or so before they shut the country down and the world.
It's crazy to think about.
Can't believe it's been 2 years. Not one, but 2 years since that. It's crazy. I'm AK2. AutoFest. Exactly, AutoFest. Thank you. It was great to see you too, Guards Rad. We're going to talk about... sure, let's do it now. But let me just tell you that it is February 24th. It's Thursday. February 24th, 2022. And it's not only Tradecraft Thursday. Did you just do that? Mm-hmm. All right, so we got that going. It's the same thing as before. I just put it on a thing, so it I really fooled you. King Louis.
Okay.
Royal Body High.
Okay.
All right. So that's what you're doing there. Thank you, Tradecraft. Thank you, Sticky Vape. We are going to see those guys up at GVBC tomorrow. They have confirmed. I just talked to Tommy right before the show, and that'll be fun. And then we're going to, I think, see them on Sunday as well. They might come to the earlier portion of the thing we're doing on Sunday. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It's going to be fun. Kayla Marza bought a badge. Thanks for buying a badge, Kayla Marza. Doug73E says, Auto Fest, saw you guys there. Nice day to be out. It was a beautiful day to be out. The weather, honestly, and maybe, Will, you weren't there, but Gunnar, you were at both. It felt like right where we all left off. It felt like we were finally picking up right where we had all put our pencils down and put our lives in a drawer for 2 years.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
The weather was the same, like a
Really,
lot of the people, the cars.
Everything, except there were more people this year than 2 years ago.
Yeah, you're right. There was a bigger turnout.
It was a bigger turnout.
And you can only put so many cars on that street or whatever, but it was full by right after the event started.
Kudos to the neighborhood up there. They really pitch in. And,
They rallied.
Yeah. And
It was cool.
what's that community called?
That's a great point. I guess it's Glendale, right? Eagle Rock, Glendale?
Eagle Rock. That's it.
Is it Eagle Rock? You're right about that. The neighbors were amazing because the neighbors actually let us use their driveways to park cars in along the street and everything. It was very, very...
It's a block party.
Yeah, but many blocks. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a series of blocks. They have the street closed off for at least 3 blocks, right?
Yeah. I mean, I commend them. They did a great job. Everybody pitching in together, nobody complaining.
Yeah.
Usually you get a lot of complaints. Instead of people parking in the driveway, you get people yelling in the streets.
There was plenty of yelling in the streets. We had a DJ and everything. Michael Dolphin and the professor was hosting.
Yep.
It was a great time. Great time. So thank you to Sierra Madre Collection for hosting and everybody else who came out and helped put it together. Eric Williams, Jenna, obviously Jorge, everybody from Sierra Madre. But there were a tremendous amount of volunteers there. I saw James Gambit. Saw Joe Loden, who stopped me before he thought we were going to back into the curb there, and he stopped me just in time, so thank you for that. And everybody else. I don't know. It was just a great freaking day that we
It was a great morning.
spent 3.5 hours at a place. It must have been more than that. We got back at like 2:30, right? And we got there at 10:30. It's almost 4 hours.
Almost 4.
That's crazy.
was
Hung out
a
with
lot.
Reggie, of course. Oh, and then it was cool because not only did Reggie come, but then after, I don't know, half the time spent hanging out, this other guy shows up and he's just kind of with us now, walking too. And we don't know him, right? And then after a little bit, Reggie's like, "Oh, by the way, this is Tim," and he's like, "Oh, Tim's in my band. He's on the show." And I was like, "Oh, that's why he looks familiar. He's directly behind Reggie on the damn show. He's the guitar player in the. Did they have a band? The Late Late Show band? The band at the Late Late Show? Reggie Watson, the Late Late Show band?
Gosh, I don't know.
I don't know if they have a name. But anyway, it was really, really fun to hang with those guys. It was really fun to hang with
Yes.
those guys. And I'm trying to think who else we saw. We saw everybody, all the usual suspects.
Sarah
Bruce Brown,
Sarah DeCarmer? LA
Sarah, L.A. Dismantler, of course, and everybody that comes with her. There was a dog. There was a dog today.
Beautiful dog.
Is that a husky?
It's a husky.
Yeah,
that
it's-
she got as a rescue, and it's what was his name? Think of it a second.
Yeah, that's amazing. Car
That
people,
dog's a
dog
sweetie.
people.
It was at
Yeah.
GVBC. I was sweating that dog.
Seriously?
Yeah.
The beautiful curly tail there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were sweating that dog.
I just like that dog. He was a
Spartacus.
sweetie and a very good looking
Dog's
animal.
name is Spartacus.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My name's Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
There it is. Thank you for getting it. It's a dated reference.
Yeah.
Dated reference. Oh, seriously? Are none of the red lights on? When did that happen? No, they're on. They're all on. Whew. Oh, God. Don't have me. I can't do a meltdown today. I can't handle it. Can't have any technical difficulties today. What's going on over here? All right. Hoon Motorsports joined. Was John Esposito there? Was John
I
Esposito there?
didn't see him.
I didn't hear that name.
Can I be honest with you? All these years, I don't actually know what he looks like. We knew Lorena. Lorena, the daughter, has been on
Yeah,
the show here.
She just gave birth, right? A couple months ago.
I don't know. I don't know. If so, it's news to me. So I don't want to. And I really hope you're right because I would hate for it to not. She was expecting for a while. I know that. That would be like not cool. I don't know. I don't know. And none of us do. But I
She had
couldn't.
the baby.
Gunnar is convinced that she was pregnant, and she may have been. She was on the show like a couple years ago, right? When Women in Porsche was starting or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I don't know why this person's asking. I know there's a lot going on in the atmosphere about them, so I don't want to. It's one of those I don't
Pregnant
want.
moment, right?
Oh,
Gunner's out and mom's making callbacks.
bunch of nerds living in Eagle Rock. Just you and Jason, says Calamarzo. Eagle Rock. Oh man, you guys are so awesome, everybody. They're all answering the questions live. Cars and Cannabis waved. What's up? It was great to see you today. Up, and he's getting ready to go on a rally too. She did have a kid recently.
See?
Apollo and Ratty says, no, Bagsy768 says she did have a kid recently. Well, there you go. Do you guys ever come out to Amelia Concourse? There's a works reunion. Yeah, no, but totally open to it.
It's in March.
Totally open to it. Gunnar says it's in March. I'd be totally down with that.
Tom Perossi
In
runs
fact,
that.
is it RM Sotheby's who does that, or is it who does the Amelia Island? One of the auction companies hosts it.
As
Don't they
far
put
as
it
the
on?
Concours part.
Doesn't one of them host
There's
it?
a Porsche Concours, and then there's the other Concours, and I'm not sure who
Okay.
runs that part. But Tom Perossi runs it for PCA.
You know what I
His
mean,
wife-
right? It's either Gooding or RM Sotheby's. One of those has the Amelia Island auction every year.
Probably one of those guys, yeah.
It's definitely one of those guys.
What do I know?
Hank on camera 4 bought a badge during your live. Now, Hank on camera 4, why are you buying badges when you have to do double duty with Will on camera 3 as a guest on the show as well? All our crew is doubling up. Ariel, the archivist, became Ariel, the associate producer, as she started selling badges on the show live and stuff. It's great. Haggerty just bought Amelia Concourse. Holy schmoly.
Whoa.
Well, they
Whoa.
went public just last month.
Haggerty did, yeah. They're which is interesting because they used to be the biggest privately owned. That was their thing, with the biggest privately owned insurance company. Now they're not. Yeah.
McKeel.
It's the badge peer pressure, says Kayla Marzo. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. In the meantime, I should tell you that we and Yellow Car, while at the Sierra Madre collection, SMC to me, growing up on the west side, was always Santa Monica College. So SMC is Santa Monica College, Santa Monica College. So I want to talk about my Santa Monica College award that I never won. What really happened is today at Sierra Madre collection, a completely different SMC, Yellow Car was bestowed a wonderful award, and it looks like this. Yay! Look at that. Isn't that? Look at it glimmer. Oh, look at it reflect all the lights. Oh, my gosh. Isn't that something? This, to me, as a child of the 80s and 90s especially, this, to me, looks like a piece of... you remember Guts? Remember the aggro crag? Look, we got a bit of the aggro crag. And I'm going to space camp. Woohoo! She went to space camp. She did that. Maybe that's what broke you. Did you spin around in that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. You got a class action suit against space camp for sure. And NASA.
Get on it.
But what was the award for?
Ready? Well, what it says and what I was told are two different things. Because I think out loud I heard most stickers or best stickers.
Most stickers.
The other award, there were 3 awards given, and one of the guys, he got the wrong award. He's got yours.
Oh, that's hilarious. So what we have here is the Best Outlaw 2022 award. And if he wants it back, I'll give it to whoever wants it back. There you go. Best Outlaw 2022 at the SMC Aggro Crag event. It was really fun. What's it called? AutoFest. It doesn't say that here. Oh, well. It's a lot of work to get all this shit made and etched and everything. You know what I mean? This is not...
Yeah.
There's a trophy over there we got from attending one of the PCA type things. It was like, oh, look, you got the Best Outlaw or something like that. And, you know, it came out of, I think, a quarter, and you twist it and the thing comes down, you know, at the grocery store. And it's not about the award. It doesn't need to be nice, but this was made. It's etched.
Yeah. That's legit. Sturdy and
Not a
thick.
sticker.
But you got the award for
We'll just
stickers.
put it right back here. There it goes. I'll put it on the windowsill. Hopefully it doesn't fall out the window. There it is, right there. That's where it goes. Beautiful. Okay, Analog Speed's here. What is happening, Analog Speed? Good to see you. Analog Speed's our friend Taylor. Good meeting you both today. It's so my name's Amori. That's very funny. I know I'm saying it wrong now, but I used to work for Maury Povich, and your thing is literally written A. Maury. But I don't remember it being A. Maury. Wasn't it like something else? I don't know. I'm an idiot. We've run out of brain power, I think, this week. That's what's happened, and there's still good vibes and the rest of the weekend to go. What's everybody doing for the rest of Lit Week? Gunner?
There's more open houses tomorrow. Callis Motorsport.
Tony Callis?
Yeah, Tony
Rensport?
Callis. Yeah, and Will Hoyt.
John Will Hoyt, of course, yep.
Yeah, I think they canceled the one with Pelican.
Oh, Pelican canceled.
Pelican canceled.
John Benton, I know, didn't do one this year. Auto Kennel, I know, didn't do one this year. And Rod Emery, I know,
Rod
did
Emery,
not
no.
do one this year.
No.
In addition to just the world being right on the cusp of things, all of those people are so busy these days.
So
I can't
busy.
even imagine any of them stopping like the old days to take a weekend out to throw a gigantic party like they used to.
None of them have time. None of them, from what I've seen on Instagram, have stopped moving for
Yeah.
a second.
Benton hasn't stopped since the fire. He has been full steam ahead. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So, I mean, good for everybody, but we miss you. We miss you for sure. So that's all going on. And then Sunday, we are going to be going to, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. Don't change the channel when you hear this news, folks. We're going to be at NASCAR. We're going to NASCAR.
I'm nerdily excited.
We're doing a thing with Magnus where we're going to go over to, we're going to start at the shop, but then we're going to go over to NASCAR and at Auto Club Speedway. and then we're going to do a thing where it's a whole garage tour, and then we're going to drive on the track, and then I guess we're there for the race. It's going to be fun. It's like official. Like we have to give NASCAR all our information and everything so that they can send us things to check off and say, no liability whatsoever. We're on our own.
I'm kind of excited. I have to admit.
It'll be great because you're on the side of things that you can do. You know, I don't think we could go to a race anymore with you and park a million miles away and take the wheelchair. We could do it, but like you would not have a good time with the 1 hour of energy you have out of the day.
This is good.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. NASCAR. Go to the race on Sunday. We'll see you there. I'm looking forward to it too. Cole Trickle, man. You know, Days of Thunder. I grew up with that era. I really did. I loved it. Back when it was Dale Earnhardt was like the main guy, the enforcer, number 3.
He was NASCAR?
Yeah. And Days of Thunder, Rubbin's racing. Yeah. The guy just slammed into me. He didn't slam into you. He didn't bump you. He didn't nudge you. He rubbed you. Rubbin, son, is racing. Will knows what I'm talking about. Okay. TBT. Gosh, you know what? We need to do it because it's Lit Week. It's the same thing from Tuesday. So if you saw it on Tuesday, it's a great time to go get a beverage. Or whatever you do. But I got to play it because it's from today, 2 years ago. So, TBT, Mrs. Ryan, and we'll take this opportunity to. All right, flag on the play. Here's what we're gonna do. First of all, I'm gonna bring the cameras back into the studio here because I'm staring at the guest over there. I'm sorry while I decide what to do. Instead of the here, I don't have to tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do it. They say all that separates men and boys is the coverage for their toys. What types of toys, Mrs. Ryan?
Collector.
That's right. I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
Collector.
You're right. Exactly right. Collector cars, anything, your boat, your heavy machinery, the garage in which you keep these things, the business in which that supports all these wonderful toys, your home, anything that's insurable. St. Clair Insurance is licensed in most states and shops the top providers so you get the best top coverage for your toys. I'm going to blow my lid in a second here. I don't know what's happening to me. Check out, go to Google. First of all, go to Google. All right, you got to get your computer out of the closet, first of all. Plug it in, put it on the table, plug it in, get your dial-up going. When you're on the internet, you go to Google. Then you type in the www, and then once you're there, it's Mrs. Ryan's favorite part, because then all you have to do is go to coverageforyourtoys.com, coverageforyourtoys.com.
Coverageforyourtoys.com.
And when you do, tell Jeff St. Clair that we said hello and that you saw it here on the Playset. I know Ron Goodman, Speed 23, down in Australia. He's doing an event here in the States, and he's bringing some race cars or whatever. You know, he needs different insurance because it's here. He's doing that through St. Clair. So
that's
anything you can think of that might need insurance, you got a guy who can figure it out for you, Jeff St. Clair. That was 5 minutes on St. Clair Insurance. We love those guys. And they've been with us here for a long time, too. As a matter of fact, they've got that building across the way there in the downtown Arctic district there. There's Dual Shift. You can see Sticky Vape over there as well. But the first ones, of course, were St. Clair Insurance. Things advertising with us on the show are going so well that they were able to take over that building across the way. And if you know anything about Los Angeles real estate, downtown is booming right now. It is not easy to get in there. Everybody's growing pot. So they don't want the insurance people. Okay.
Of course.
All right. It's where the pot people are, too, by the way. St. Clair is right next to Sticky Vape. All right. Now, instead of Oh So Delicious Hot Sauce, who doesn't actually give us any money, we just use that because I think it's hilarious. We want to support Jordan Brady, and we simply need a buffer of time to switch things around in here. Today, we're going to do the TBT. So the break will be the TBT, okay?
Okay.
I said I wouldn't explain it. I did it anyway. Quick break. It's not quick. I'll tell you right now. It's 6 minutes, but it's awesome if you stay with it. Otherwise, you have 6 minutes to go to the bathroom and get your beverage. When we come back, Will on camera 3 will not be on camera 3. He's not on camera 3 now, but he's not even going to be any kind of crew. He's not even going to be over there in the well. He'll be in here, in the studio, along with our good Hawaiian and Ridgefield friend, Gunnar Mench. Aloha nui loa, my brother. We'll see everybody in just a couple minutes. Few words not from Oh So Delicious Hot Sauce. Instead, this will be a TBT, right? A TBT from 2 years ago, Lit Week. Roll it out. I've got that already. Hey-oh.
So our award for the driver, best driver, goes to Mr. I'll see you tomorrow.
I know these people. Oh, hi, Def Sushi. There's all sorts of people. Look at this. Hi, everybody. We were just trying to find your car.
Can't miss it.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Driving Serenity. It's pretty sick. Good grief.
Experience. I didn't record much because I was driving up this side of this thing. Serenity rocks. Oh.
Hi,
How are you?
really good.
Where are we going to see you next?
We are going to Period Correct.
See you there. Where are we going? See you there. Who are we? Period correct.
Party happened.
And fire started over here, and it burned down the whole building. And you guys really stepped up as a community. People donated tools, they donated materials, they donated money.
Oh, so delicious. It's the hot sauce made by Bears. Garlic and serrano mixed with love and care. You can put it on your eggs, pour it on your rice. It's great on a leg, it's better on a slice. It's oh so delicious. It's the hot sauce made by Bears. Oh, so delicious hot sauce. Great on everything except oatmeal.
Get your bottle today at ohsodelicious.org. $1 from every bottle sold goes to the National Military Family Association.
I'm Johnny Lieberman, and you're watching LNP. What does LNP stand for?
Late night Playset.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been on there. Yeah, good show. You should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Bam, 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 bam.
Damn it. See? That's no, it wasn't working.
Hello.
Really glad we heard and saw that. You asked about that mute card. That's what it was for. And you so basically, since you guys got in here, none of that was
Just dead silent.
It was all just video.
I better fucking swear.
So
quicker
we owe Orfonzo a huge thank you. Thank you, Orfonzo. Huge thank you. Where were you on that one, Rambo? He's like, I'm over here on the Instagram. Anyway, Will on camera 3, Connecticut, all the stuff. Gunner, we go back forever.
Oh man, that
Aloha.
was a lot of chat.
I know.
All right, it wasn't solid gold, but we'll get there.
Anyway, so somebody else talk now.
Okay, we sort of brought up my cars. I bought a.
Bought something, sold something. That's where we're at.
The market is terrible, so I'm trying not to buy. So I have an order in on an F-150 Lightning that I placed like day of. No one will talk to me. I have.
How long has that been? What is day of? A year?
Well, whenever they announced it, I.
No, I know what it means, but how long has it been?
I don't even remember. It's been months.
Okay.
And no one will talk to me. No one knows what's going on. Nobody cares. It's fine. So probably that'll never come. And I put in an order on the Chevy Evalanche that they're coming out with. That'll never come to me, and it's ugly. I have an order in on a Maverick. That's going to be 6 months. Nobody will talk to me. Nobody knows where it is. Everything's terrible. So I was trying.
So you bought a bunch of cars. You just couldn't get any.
I don't have any of these cars. They just my name is on a piece of paper somewhere.
Right. That's buying a car.
Sure. I tried to buy a Ford Ranger. I went to the dealership and they were like, "Oh, this is great," and then it's $10,000 marked up. So I was like, "Oh, thanks for bringing me down here."
For a Ford Ranger.
Yeah. So I didn't buy that.
This is a crazy world.
I was like,
Remember a couple years ago when everything was just sitting on the shore? There
Yeah,
are thousands of cars. All the white ones are over here because they're sending them to Hawaii and they would just rot. Anyway, go ahead.
So it's madness and everything is really expensive. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to buy something cheap to tide me over until this all settles down. So I bought a 2007 Ford Explorer Sport Track pickup truck, which is it turned out to be pretty sweet. I was surprised. It had a V8.
Loved it.
It was 4x4. It was small.
I loved it.
Yeah,
it was so comfortable.
It was a good car, and I was psyched about it, and I got it all cowed out. I got the cow stickers on it and everything.
Truly.
A couple.
No,
cow
truly,
stickers.
it looked like a cow. It was a white one that had
it looked
the
like a Gateway computer
That's
box.
exactly what we said. Yep.
So I got that thing, and everything was fine. It had 200,000 miles, but I had faith. I had big faith.
Built Ford tough.
It was built Ford tough. And then I turned the heat on one day, and it immediately blew a heater hose.
No. See, that's where you're
overheated.
asking too much.
Yes, it was L.A. I should have let it ride. So it overheated, and then it was like fine for a while. It misfired, and then I pulled a plug and I cleaned it off and put it back in. I was like, okay, this will be good. And then 1,000 or 2,000 miles later, I think the head gasket exploded or something like this. So I sold it. I sold it to a Ford technician. It seemed like kismet.
That's smart though, because he'll know how to do.
Yeah,
he'll keep it on the road.
I was getting phone calls from people like, "Yes, is this? We need a car. Is this a good car? We'll come and buy the car right now." And I'm like, "Ma'am,
it's
Google
not a
head
good car.
gasket and then get back to me." I didn't want any phone calls that were like, "Something's not right with the engine."
You didn't want to sell this car. You liked this car.
I liked the car, but I couldn't get anyone to work on it, and I didn't want to pull the engine or anything like this. If I brought it to a shop, they were like, "Well, we'll tell you 1,000 or 2,000, but it's really going to be 5,000, and you're going to be upset." So I'm like, "All right, I'm just going to eat this, and I don't need any unknowns." So I sold that thing, and that's when I bought the Maverick. And then I'm looking at the timelines, and it's like, you might get a car this year. So I'm like, okay, well, I need something. So I wound up buying a Chevy Bolt, which I had been eyeballing for quite some time.
Which you blew my mind with the marketing on this situation.
It's a great car.
Nope, worst name in the world.
It's not a good. There's a Volt and a Bolt, and they both sound the same, and it's very stupid.
No, that's not the only problem. There is a Volt that apparently was a hybrid, and then there is a Bolt that it is full electric.
Yes.
Now, I understand Bolt of Lightning, so it still works. You know what I mean? It's still okay. But come on.
It was not the best play by Chevrolet, who's known for their great plays.
Did they used to have a Colt?
For sure.
There was a Colt out there. I don't know who made it, but
my friend had a Colt in high school. Very that's good knowledge. That's good background knowledge.
I'm old.
So I bought this thing. I had to go to San Francisco to buy it because all the ones in Southern California were stupid. They're all stupid expensive.
You're stupid expensive.
A year or two ago, you could get one for 15, 18 grand. What? No one can hear me?
No, there you go. You're fine.
It's probably better this way.
That's too much. There's no in between with you.
Loud and soft.
Yeah, I had it. It just needs to point at you. You don't have to be super close to it, but it just needs to point at you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dynamic directional microphone.
Yeah. It's got the cardioid butt shaped, but now we're getting in the weeds.
But you actually know about that? Because you're right about that. You're right about that.
I tell people I'm
the
a
different
musician.
microphone patterns. Oh, but you're not?
Nah, really.
All right.
So I don't know. I flew up to San Francisco.
Well, hang on. How easy was it to buy a Bolt?
It was kind of a pain because none of them. It must have heated seats for range, and it must have fast charging because otherwise it's kind of useless. So it's not part of the VIN. So I would call a dealer, and they'd be like, "Hey."
Heated seats for range because heated seats mean you don't have to run the blower as much.
Correct.
That's awesome. Look at you thinking it all out. I never would have put that together.
Well, from my classic Mini EV conversion, I know that the heated seats get you the great range. Insider knowledge.
You peeled out of GVBC the other day, and everybody.
That's obnoxious, and
No, it's not with a funny little clown car like that. Nobody could see it coming.
I was hoping that the funny clown car would allow the whimsy to come through instead of the obnoxious.
Is it in
burnout
Austin?
from the
What is
car.
your?
It's
Mini?
a JDM Mini. It's a Rover Mini from 1992 that was in Japan because they made these things from the year 2000. And the Japanese in the year 2000. They have less rust, and some of them have air conditioning. And this was my COVID project. I bought a classic Mini from Japan, and I bought a wrecked Nissan Leaf, and I took the Leaf batteries and the motor, and I stuffed it in the Mini. And I couldn't get it through California smog. I was
Wait,
like,
an electric car? You
that's
couldn't get
correct.
through smog?
They were like,
excuse me.
they were like, well, you have to get it smogged. And I was like, it's electric. And they were like, yeah, but you have to get it smogged by the ref or whatever the hell. And I was like, okay, who's the guy? I'll show up. He'll see that there's nothing burning, and they'll slap a sticker on it. And they were like, no, you have to go to the laboratory with the skylines and it's like $5,000 or $10,000 to be put through the lab for
it's like when Bill Gates bought the 959. Like you got to do that whole thing.
They were throwing me through the Bill Gates ringer, and I'm
you have to build another one so we can wreck one so that you can drive yours.
Something along those lines. So now I have, after 8 months of calling people in Sacramento, I have an LLC in Montana. for my electric car.
We have a lot of friends who do that.
I've heard of that.
Wow. Wow. I didn't realize you had to go through all that rigmarole.
It was a rigmarole. But it's fine now, I guess.
It was. I'm telling you, it was a showstopper because nobody saw it coming. He rolled out real silently. I mean, you were there. Rolled out real silent like. And you had plugged into the telephone or whatever all day while you were charging the payphone. And so then he's just rolling out real quiet, like all you hear is the gravel on those tiny little 11-inch wheels or whatever. How big are the wheels?
They're
10-inch wheels. I thought I was exaggerating small.
Golf cart wheels, right?
Pretty much.
It's ride-on lawnmowers is what they look like. Ride-on lawnmower wheels.
Oh my God.
The fronts, not the backs.
Yeah.
So and then it just you get out to and there was a little bit of grit on the road because it had been icy previously in the week or whatever. So just enough where he just punched it, and you've got all the torque in the world in a car that weighs how much?
1,800 pounds.
And you've got how much power?
1,700 pounds.
How much power do you think you making?
200 foot-pounds to the wheels, I think, at 0 miles an hour. Traction is the concern. I think it would do 4 seconds.
So that's what was going on. The fact that you everybody was dang!
It'll spin them to like 30, 40 miles an hour, and it tops out at 60.
That was the thing. It was such a small car. With those antics, you were only doing 15 miles an hour by the time you were at the telephone pole,
So the one-wheel peel coming out of GVBC.
So fun. Do you enjoy GVBC?
Do I enjoy it?
Yeah. I've got this stuff here. I want to talk about it. Do you enjoy it?
This is great. Yes. Yes, I love it. It's great. This is not an advertisement. It isn't, but it's not an advertisement. This was a huge deal through this pandemic. I knew that Newcombs existed, and I would like go up there on the weekends before everything shut down. And then somebody told me that like a bunch of weird nerds also went up on Fridays. So I was like, all right, that sounds like my kind of shit. So I went up there, and it's great. There's no traffic. There's less cars.
Yeah.
And it's just a beautiful drive. It's about as good a drive as there is. So I headed up there, and I was like, God, it's so good to get out of the house. This is great. I can smell things and drive around and listen to my tunes. And then I get to GVBC, and I can talk about cars with humans for the first time. Like, kind of my friends dabbled 10 years ago in school or whatever, but nobody can talk about cars with me because the minutia runs deep. And the amount that
Reggie
I
was
care
saying the
is-
same thing.
Yeah.
All your regular friends are sick of, like, they don't want to hear it.
Nobody wants to hear it.
So
Nobody
you're in
gives a shit
you're
about
actually in the
cars.
closet about it because you're repressed about it because you can't.
Yeah. And then I'm out here, and like I'll hear like Chris has a camera being like, well, actually the 1.8 had they changed the injectors from they use Cayenne injectors
Do you
instead
know
of the
that
Audi
you're
ones.
trying to avoid this microphone?
My
I
bad.
just want you to hear.
I would hate to deny the world.
No. Look at your shot. They can see you.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So like people are talking minutia and like, oh, that was actually a 1-year option, and I'm like, I know that. What the fuck? And so I can now
all the like autistic-y brain type of all of us technical
There's a lot
people.
of anoraks on the mountain.
Do you think it's because there's a lot of artisty people too? There's a lot of musicians. There's a lot of like creative people. Do you think that it's all connected? Because I said something with Reggie about the technicality.
I mean, A, we don't have 9-to-5 jobs, or we wouldn't be up there at like
Lifestyle
10, 11
supports.
o'clock. Yeah, exactly. So that like filters out plenty of folks. And also, not that many people just want to drive an hour to go for a drive up a mountain. Like, if you go to Malibu, you get a lot of fancy cars, and guys are like, oh, like, you see this car? This is my car. Like, I'm the one with this car right here. Like, look at the doors. They fucking go like this or whatever. and buy a bagel, but be careful.
Chicken dance.
Yeah. So, like, sometimes that can be a little bit too much. But when you go to GVBC, it tends to be more about drivers and more about people who aren't at their 9-to-5 jobs, I guess. I don't know.
It's the oddballs.
And people, then they like bring other, like somebody told me about it, and so I went up there, and then
Who told you about it? How did we find you? Who do we owe thanks to that brought you there? Because we love you there.
I don't know.
Oh, correct.
I do not
My phone
recall.
says correct.
I do not recall, but I just kept showing up, and I would try to like interject into conversations, and then be like, hi there, hello everyone, and it's good. And now I'm bringing a few other faces and heads, and it's like they're like hand-picked folks. Because if somebody's like, yo, like, where's this at? I'm like, I don't know. It's in California. It's pretty high up. You'll find it. But
That's
if
the
there's
way to
somebody
do
that
it. You have to be
there,
an adult and figure it out.
If there's somebody that you want there, you're like, oh yeah, you drive up the road, and you'll get there. Like,
Don't stop till you see us.
Yeah, just keep going.
You can't miss us.
If you come to a gate, you went too far, or whatever it is. So GVBC has been a great source of things to do, people to talk to, which has been huge during the pandemic. And also, like, I moved to LA pretty recently, so I didn't know anybody. And now I know a few folks.
I forget that too.
So, like,
did you come to GVBC pretty early on in your LA time?
I think so, yeah.
So
like
we've known you the majority.
A year or so in, yeah. I've been here 3 or 4 years. It's weird that we've been doing anything for the last 2 years the way that we've been doing these things.
What we were saying at the top of the show,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. When the pandemic hit, I was like, okay, a couple weeks, let this go. I quit my job to travel the world.
Before.
And that month, they were like, oh, like, don't leave your house. And I was like, awesome. I guess I'll buy a car from Japan and a wrecked electric car and just hang out in my house for a couple of months until this, like, will flatten or whatever. And, like,
Clark Griswold, I'll be in the garage for the season.
yeah. Just Big Bend Parliament for 2 years. No one will get that but you, but hopefully.
The first vacation, or European vacation. Yeah.
Right.
Kids, Big Bend Parliament.
So, yeah, GVBC has been great.
Well, I'm glad to hear
highly
that.
recommended to people that don't suck. And for the people who do, it's not that great. Bunch of weirdos.
We found early on that Friday was magic because it seemed to be the professional day. It was like all of the reviewers were out there. The professional drivers, the press cars, actual like racers who were just out to keep their chops alive while they weren't in the sims or whatever the heck.
Right on.
And it seemed like those were the people, the hardcore R group guys, people you might call them, stuff like that. And it seems like these days it's a potpourri of everything. But I'm thinking that's why the roads were so good in the beginning. These days it's a little more crowded because of obviously the situation.
One of the things that I like is that
we encourage
there's a
respect the
potpourri.
crest, by the way.
I absolutely respect the crest.
One of the things you like is what?
Well, so I talked about the people, but also I'm a fucking lunatic about cars. So like, you show up and there's like a 991 GT3 Touring parked next to the 992 GT3.
Everyone
and
sees him
there's-
avoiding the mic, right? Every time you're on a good kick, you just want to.
I'm on a good kick. But also, like, you see old shit. You see weird modified things. You got weird Lantras showing up. You got old ass British cars, which I'll always love, and all the different variations of Porsches and 911s and stuff that. Like, there's a mixture of cars that you're like, oh, I was thinking about getting one of those. How do you like that thing?
Yeah,
Maybe
you want to
go
drive it?
for a drive? Yeah, something like that.
That's
and other things that
the
I'm just
amazing
like, wow,
community.
that car is gorgeous. I'm so glad I don't own it, and you do. And it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I'd much rather look
Wonderful.
at yours.
Yeah,
It's like a pool or a boat.
It's a great mix of cars, as opposed to just like, oh, here's how much money I'm driving around in. It's like, this is an interesting vehicle.
Yeah.
Show that to me. Talk to me about that.
The price of entry is you have to get there, and that's pretty cool to me because it does weed out a certain bunch of low mileage folk.
Low mileage folk.
No, there's no judgment against it because people own cars for different reasons. Some people love cars, some people love money. You know what I mean? It's all different stuff, and everything in the middle. Well, but some people it's an investment thing where you know what I mean. They own like 20 different Ferraris because their net worth is bigger than the other guys. You know.
If you have too many cars to drive them all, I get that. It's probably not great because they all need walkies. They all need to be walked. But a lot of times I see, like if you like an old Ferrari, if I had a Ferrari from the '60s, like the way to get your money out of that is not to sit on it, keep the miles low, and let it appreciate. You drive it because you're like, holy shit, I'm driving a '60s Ferrari. This is fantastic.
Yes,
and I have the money to do that. So why the fuck wouldn't I do that? It
seems like you would wear wealth very, very well. Like, or maybe you do. Maybe you're one of those who's really, really good at it.
When I get that $10 million, I'm getting a '60s Ferrari, a Singer, and they're going to be the dirtiest examples you've ever seen.
I want to buy a Singer one day, and I want to send it to Rox Motorsports in Jersey, and have them patina the fuck out of it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You know how they do? Like
Just
they
drive
make
on the crest and don't worry about the rocks.
Well, you know, I'll do that. I would do that myself, but like something about like that's the baller move of like let's buy this diamond and then chop it up into bits and make dust out of it.
Make it real.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Although I guess you couldn't do that with a diamond, and that's the whole point of it. I just realized my own thing there. I'm bringing this up because everyone remembers this dad cap, maybe if you're a GVBC fan. More specifically, we ran into David today over at the Sierra Madre. Fucking, what's it called? Can't just be open house. It used to be open house. Now it's AutoFest. Anyway, we were talking about the GVBC stuff because, of course, I was wearing this, and then he handed me this. Whoop! New hat, everybody. New hat dropping on the site, the Dual Shift site. It's the new GVBC hat, but with the classic GVBC logo. Someday there will be a black hat with this logo that you all want, and you will buy. I know everybody wants it. Dual Shift knows what they're doing too, and they have there's a rhyme behind their reason. Anyway, so these are now available, but. If anybody wants the last, unworn, totally unworn, brand new, the last, what'd you call this, olive drab?
Olive drab, army green.
If you want the last army green one, I'm going to bring it up to Breakfast Club tomorrow.
Bidding war.
That's the one I have.
And bring cash for David, because you can have it. That's it. So new hat on the GVBC page of the Dual Shift site. I'm excited about that because like. I'll wear a black hat. I'm not an olive drabby kind of a wearing my camos on the weekend. Like that's not me. But I like things that have our. It's weird to have a thing that's you're kind of known for. It's sort of your, even though it's not our thing. We're sort of known for.
Yes.
It's weird to have it not be something you would wear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like here's some apparel. You guys buy this shit.
Yeah, enjoy it. I mean, I wouldn't have it myself personally, but.
I love that for you.
I do love seeing them on everybody else. I'm just like, it's off-brand. The GVBC is black and white. You know what I mean? It was a whole thing. Anyway, Tinker Engineering, we ran into her up there today. She does a great job. She's got a YouTube channel. So say hello to her if you go to her YouTube channel. Leave her a comment and like and stuff and all that stuff. New Matt Farah stickers. How funny is that?
I was trying to make one of those for Camera 3. But
of yourself?
Yeah, I think that's funny as hell.
I'll stick it on there if you can make it.
Those are good stickers.
If you can make it, I think it's fantastic. Gunnar, you have a bunch of Porsches. How many Porsches do you own?
Well, officially 16. Sort of.
What does that mean officially? Are there some halves? Are there some?
There's someone in his life that doesn't want to hear
the
number.
The garage is bigger than the house. Got a small house.
Oh, right.
The garage is a little bit bigger, and I need to build another garage. But
yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is what I've been saying.
Go to the Big Island. You can help him with his collection.
Just build one.
I'll rotate all your tires. No problem. Very low.
I
charge very little.
I need the help.
Yeah, I was going to say he has the other PCA members drive his cars just to get them exercised.
I do.
To give them walkies.
I'm a
PCA member.
We just had come on over. I got a car for you.
Okay.
We just had a PCA member, a guy from Virginia, come out this last month, and his wife and I threw him into my 80 SE Targa, and the green one, and they just had a blast and joined our club the day, and they said that we just made their whole vacation when they came up and did the drive with us, because we hit some squirrely, beautiful roads that we have on the Big Island. We started off at 6,500 feet up in the mountain pass. Up in the
That's
south.
higher than Newcomb's.
Yeah.
By 1,000 feet.
Yeah, 6,500 feet, and then we went down these squirrely roads, into town in Waimea. We came down after our break, then we went all the way down to Hawaii and down to sea level, and then whipped up and it was our sweetheart run on the 12th. for the sweetheart. So we do
The,
it every day. He gets a
Valentine's.
rose. Every year.
Valentine's Day.
7 years we've done. 7 years we've done this. So it's a lot of fun.
I bet.
And
are you the president of that chapter? Or?
I'm the founding president. Actually, they they made me liaison about 7 years ago, and we got enough members to have our own region. You need at least 25 primary members in a PCA group.
So Gunnar Hiddie Bay started buying cars.
So
no, there's 25. There's 25. These are all different people's cars. What are you talking? Nobody has 16. Are you crazy?
So, but I loan them out all the time
Yeah.
because they got to be driven. I
Yeah.
can't drive them all the time. Like your point, I can't drive them all the time. And none of my cars are, they're not garage queens. You drive the piss out of them. Have fun with them. Have a great time. And experience. I mean, I've got air cooleds and transaxles, basically, is what I've got. I don't have any of the new water cooleds.
Right.
Not since '99. Right? So, except I had the Cayenne. I got a Cayenne S, an 06, with 202,000 miles on it now.
Was that always a Hawaii car, or did you
Always
import
a
it?
Hawaii car.
Oh wow,
I
cool.
bought it used on the island. The original owner was on the Big Island. I bought it with 60,000 miles on it.
Holy crap! So you've put 140 miles.
On an
Holy
island
crap!
of all places.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's the Big Island, but
It's
still.
the Big Island.
Road trips
wow,
are limited.
That's amazing.
I mean, I love the Cayenne because it's...
And he's got 16 other cars. that's
one-
really a
that's
lot.
one of them. 15 others. Anyways.
Oh, right,
But
okay.
That's kind of like the company car, if you will.
You own a gallery called
I have an
the
art
Harbor Gallery.
Harbor Gallery, which has been there for 32 years now. God, I'm getting fucking old.
Never say
32
the
years.
numbers out loud.
Anyways, yeah. And we're like we have the biggest local selection of local artwork, probably in the state of Hawaii. We got over 200 Big Island artists in that one gallery.
That's amazing.
Plus a couple from Maui, a couple from Oahu, a couple from Kauai. But it's 95% of it's all Big Island.
That's so great. I'm guessing because you put stakes there so long ago. Everyone must know you. All of the artists must
I can't
know
hide.
you. Like they want to be in your gallery. I would
can't
guess.
hide. Yeah, and they all want to be there.
Oh, that's so cool.
And when COVID hit, like on our coastline, the Kohala Coast, 6 other galleries closed that first year in September. I mean, 6 of them.
They weren't
Boom.
as old.
Shuttered. No.
They're not as established, I should say.
Well, but they'd been around for a while. But they.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, but they weren't just do.
Well, then what
pop-ups
was your
and stuff.
secret? What was your staying power? How did you do it? Because we
Tenacity.
talked a lot throughout
Yeah,
that
we
time.
did.
It was a
Yeah.
dark time.
Yeah, but tenacity. I mean, we took the federal loans and
Sure.
stuff like that. And did
what you have to
whatever
do.
we had to do. We just by hook or by crook, type thing. We just worked. They shut us down for a couple months. Everybody got shut down, but we still did work online, by the phone. We had
Oh, that's
appointments and
good.
stuff like that.
'Cause you can
So
ship stuff
we were-
out.
Sure, we can ship stuff out. We can
New
get-
avenues.
That's it.
Right.
And we just scraped along. But the rebound this last year was just mind-blowing because we had one of our best years in history
Was that once the travel got opened up again? Then the tourism came back.
with a vengeance.
Okay.
It was like a tsunami. I swear to God.
I mean,
And
hopefully
everybody-
not. I mean,
But-
hello.
But everybody bailed from the West Coast. The left coast just gave it up and moved to Hawaii, and so places got sold. Prices went through right through the roof. And
Oh, interesting.
And
It was
everybody
a
showed up.
migration that happened, and then people furnished
Yes.
their homes through your gallery.
Right.
Holy crap! That's
Yeah.
not what I was expecting.
Yeah, no, it was
So people
phenomenal.
just cashed out. They
Hard-
quit their jobs or whatever.
Hard to keep up with it, and the problem is that in a service industry like ours, the housing's become so unaffordable for the locals because of everything that's been bought up.
Yeah, it's
There's
happening in Los Angeles too.
There's nobody there.
Everywhere.
There's nobody there to trim your bushes. There's nobody there to fix your plumbing. There's nobody. I mean, the guys that are in electricians, plumbers, all that stuff.
The tradespeople.
Are slammed so bad because there's nobody left. There's nobody. Try going to a hotel these days. Any hotel anywhere in the country. If you've traveled at all, go back 3 years ago. They would change your bed sheets and pillows and put new toiletries in every day.
Every day.
Yeah, what
Every
is
day
it now?
they-
Unless you've specified otherwise.
At the Hilton at the airport right now, they will not do it for 5 days unless you request something specific. 5 days. And this is true all
Oh, are
all
you
around
at the Hilton?
I'm at
Oh,
the
so
Hilton.
you're there right for the
I'm
lit show.
there,
You can
right
go
there for
downstairs,
a
get
lit
your
show.
coffee, and
Exactly.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's the way to do it.
That is something. That seems unnecessary. I can understand more than one day. I can understand it. I don't like it personally. I don't know, but I also didn't used to like having them come in the room anyway. I don't know. I'm not
I would
a
always
hotel
I would
guy.
always
I'm
hang
not a
the
hotel
thing.
guy. I would do that
Yeah.
too.
Don't knock on
I'm
this
like,
door.
I'm cleaner than you, even. So just leave it be.
I'm not, but leave it be.
And when you see these people cleaning your rooms, I mean, they got gloves on, they got masks on, they got headgear on. They got.
Well,
I mean,
sure.
they're like that.
It's a
that
hazmat team.
Yeah, a hazmat. They're like a hazmat team cleaning up before the space shuttle takes off. You know.
Yeah, I can't imagine. And the airplane's the same thing. I can't
And
imagine.
How many people?
I think
can
we'll
you
just
find?
drive anywhere we have to go from now on.
You can't find people to do those jobs. Nobody wants to work.
Well, everyone's got a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Nobody goes to get to become a plumber anymore, or all the trades people seem to be. Those are dying off when the infrastructure is all crumbling. We really need the tradespeople more than ever.
It's worth noting that the tradesmen are all slammed,
right?
But nobody wants to pay them more, even though they're in much higher demand.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And that
School
goes-
teachers, same predicament.
Automotive repair.
Let's go down the list.
Oh man! I mean, but let's talk about something that pertains to what we're doing. With cars and stuff like that.
For sure.
It's crazy, and there's no trade schools. There's no trade schools in Hawaii, so you've got to learn by osmosis, by going to work for somebody. But nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to sweep the shop anymore to have a startup position anymore
For $10 an hour.
Right.
The one I'm thinking of, and I'm sure you can finish this jingle, if not you too, but I'll see if I can remember how it goes. We can't call you. You have to make the first step. Do you remember who that was?
I do remember what that. Some ad from the 1900s.
No. Yes, it was the 1900s for sure. It was Apex Tech.
Yeah.
Apex Technical School. We can't call you. You have to make the first step. But it was like it was the TV technical college that our generation, like if you didn't go do something else, they went and they learned how to go do a trade.
Right.
Which was fantastic. What happened to that? Now it's just learn how to be on YouTube. Do a TikTok.
They still. I actually thought about doing some Apex Tech stuff.
It just seems like that's the future. We need to reteach all of these old things
Trade
before the people who
schools
know how
for-
to do it well are dead.
Right on. Yeah. Right on.
The Porsches, of course, but like everything, engineering.
As an owner of an MGB, I'm well aware that like all of the mechanics I know.
Lucas Electric.
They're all older than I am, and
Dark Knight.
have been doing it forever. And they as the cars get older, so do the people that know how they work. And it's.
I remember how to turn that screwdriver.
Yeah.
But it's manual. It's tangible. It's not just like click these boxes and move this fader over on a screen and whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't move where the cursor.
Most people, they
tuning
stand next to the car with an
involves
iPad
smelling
or a computer these days and fix the car with their damn computer. You know what I mean? Like at the dealership.
With their damn computer.
That's
Sorry.
But that's our
Sorry.
problem too, because how many?
I didn't mean anything
chips,
by it.
How many chips are in these new cars? That's the problem with why they can't deliver it. So there's no chips. And
The whole thing's
I'm
fun.
an analog
I told
guy.
everybody, me too.
Analog.
All of a sudden, I'm like Team fucking Unabomber. I'm like, wait a second, where does tech end up? You know what I mean?
I understand what you meant by that, but I don't know if that's the best.
No, I don't. Not all. I'm not all in on that. You never go full Unabomber.
Before
No,
I got
just recognizing the perspective of like, ooh, fuck, tech doesn't play out well.
Yeah.
You know, it gets doomsday real quick.
Before I bought my 2017 Bolt, which is the newest car I've ever had, the average age of my cars was
Connor, what are you doing?
37 years.
Getting you a gift.
Let him.
All right.
Gunner needs leeway.
What's happening?
I need direction.
Good thing you're so
I need
much
direction.
50 pounds lighter. You can maneuver
We
all that
all
stuff.
need direction.
Yeah. I got stuff for you.
All right.
Because you won the award today for the most stickered car.
You want to see
the
it?
most stickered car
Here it
I
is.
have for you. Fresh stickers.
It wasn't the
from
most stickered car. It had said best
The
stickers.
best stickered car I have for you.
Hey, anybody could win a most stickered car.
Yeah. The big
Aloha Nui Loa.
Club.
You know, you remember, Gunnar, you're somewhere or you're on
right.
that thing already. And we're going to put another one up someplace.
looking.
But
I don't
it
see
is
it.
there
It's over
someplace.
here in the corner.
It's in the bottom corner. There it is.
Oh,
bottom
well.
right. We're all set.
I'm sorry, it's not the most.
But
Right.
I
We'll
also
try to get
brought
you
you-
bumped up higher.
Because I'm
Sorry.
in the pink. People all over know me for my pink
The Pink Pig.
86 951, the 944 turbo.
It must be an 86 and a half.
And
right?
no, that's an 85 and a half.
Oh.
That's where this.
Look at him.
See, I hear this and I'm like, yeah, I knew that. Like, this is good to hear.
But isn't
Finally,
it-
I can talk to somebody.
I
like a
thought that
human.
was only in the non-turbo. I thought the turbo was 86 and a half.
No.
Okay, I
This
trust you.
minutia is
I trust you.
exciting.
Yeah.
I was told mine was an 86 and a
So
half.
here's a picture of the car, and I don't know if you can see that.
Sure, let's do it.
But
let's get
there's
this.
a picture of the car at the Porsche Parade last year in French Lick.
French Flick?
French Lick, Indiana. And
French
that car
Flick?
started its life with me on the East Coast and went to the Boca Parade before COVID and everything hit. And then it came over, I drove it across country to the West Coast for having it in the parade that was going to be at Palm Springs, which got canceled. So it was in Vegas. So the guys at the 900 series picked up on it, and I wanted some work done on it, new exhaust system from Fab Speed and stuff like that. And they put it on the air. It was on 2 of their episodes, and that was just a kick, the car. So the car has a life of its own. And from there, it got stuck in Vegas. So once I rescued it last year in April, then I came up here and got together. We took it to Newcomb's Ranch, and then it went back across country. So there it was at the Porsche Parade in French Lick, and I had to make up these cards because you can imagine pulling into a car, pulling your car into a gas station, and somebody in Flagstaff, Arizona, is asking you, why is this a pink car? This looks so cool. And you're a
Why is it all
Porsche
stitched
guy.
together?
Why is it all stitched
Why does it look
together?
like a butcher?
So I did this. I took a picture of the 2 official Pink Pig cars from 1971 and 2018 that inspired me to do the livery on this car. And I put an explanation on the back of the whole story. And so I made up this card so you have the complete history and story of the Pink Pig. And so it saves about 10 minutes of conversation.
So now you're at the gas station. You just, yeah, I don't read this,
Hand these
asshole.
out.
I gotta fucking
Frequently
go.
asked questions. Have a nice day.
Tank's full. I'm out.
Can I show you this? Do you know what this is?
Oh.
Oh, you must know what
the
it is
drone
already.
shot. My God. No, I've never saw that.
Well, because it's not what you think it is.
Oh, what is it?
Because we never parked over there like that. We parked over here like this.
Right.
But either way, this isn't us.
What is it?
Somebody made toys of our cars and a model diorama of Newcomb's. Oh, I'm serious.
What?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That, by the way,
it's
is
amazing.
very cool.
You're not on Instagram, so he couldn't post you. But your car and my car, somebody made, and it took them months to have it made.
Chicken skin.
And they recreated our photo.
Goosebumps in Hawaii. Chicken skin.
Here,
That just.
I haven't seen any of my cars in there, and I'm there all the time. And
Here, look at this.
That is
See it on the
phenomenal.
monitor there? Isn't that something?
That is amazing. I thought it was a drone shot you
Yeah.
were showing me or something.
No, it looks like it.
Yeah.
So this guy made a diorama of Newcomb's ranch. He had all of us sending photos in and whatever, and then he bought the Porsches and whatever the heck, and then he found our cars and then he sent them to somebody to have them recreated based on our pictures.
Wow.
And he did this all on his own. And it's FYI, it's Rusty Cars Brazil.
Rusty Cars Brazil.
Is that what it is? Hang on, that's probably not it. Rusty Kids BR. Rusty
What?
Kids BR. And it's Ricardo Rusty Kids Art, diecast collector, 1/64th scale. Making memories in 1/64th dioramas. Because we don't get old, we just become rusty kids.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah. It really is. It's damn cool. So shout out to him. And I've been waiting to see you, and I'll send you, obviously, all those pictures as well.
Great.
Isn't that neat?
That's very neat.
It's a heck of a tribute. I've wanted somebody to
Yes.
make our car in Forza forever so I can race it around, but like having somebody literally go and recreate all the decals and same thing with you and put everything in the right place,
People have
it's
been asking
amazing.
Mattel to make my car.
Me too. Yeah.
No one's asking me
They
to
don't.
make any cars or anything.
Will you make our cars?
Did he just find you on the internet and was like, "Oh, these cars are cool. I'm gonna make miniatures of them"?
I mean, I guess, right? Because I don't have an answer as to how he found me, but I'm guessing, through Instagram somehow, right?
Celebrity J. Ryan.
Right. That's what it is.
Love it.
That's hilarious. You said that from the first day you showed up. You were like, "Oh, and you're celebrity Jay Ryan." I was like, "Wait, what?"
You were like the guy. There's you go to GVBC or the Malibu or whatever. I remember being at Newcomb's on like a Saturday many moons ago, and I was like, that guy looks interesting. What's he?
Oh yeah,
he reminds
Look
me
at that interesting
of people
chap.
that I know and have liked in the past. And then Nicole was there as well, and I was like, oh look, a woman. This is great. Like this is a great place. And I
Unisex friendly.
Yeah, I try to talk to y'all, and it's all hectic.
And what happened? Did we blow you off? We do that.
No,
sometimes.
I mean I don't know.
You're like,
I
hey,
was
screw off, new guy.
screw off, new guy. No, I mean I was just there for breakfast, getting food when it.
Oh,
served
it was
breakfast.
open.
It was like a long time ago.
Shit.
Oh,
so you really were around longer than before we knew you, because I don't feel like we got to know you
I
till.
knew Newcomb's. I used to live in the Bay Area, and they had I forget the restaurant.
If they ever
but,
open it again, we should probably learn how to say it.
Yeah.
I think it's just Newcomb.
Nuckham Ranch
Is it
on the mountain. I knew it existed, and I knew it was a good road.
Hey, everybody, got a new comb.
Yeah, I got a new comb. I was like, where can I drive
Photo day.
in Los Angeles? And I was like, oh, look, a mountain. Look, a coast. So, oh, look, a restaurant. This is perfect.
It was just sold last year, right?
Well, no. Well, we don't know. We think it's still. It might still be for sale. We thought it was sold. I still think it might be sold, but we're hearing now that it's not. Oh no! It was for sale for sure.
It was for sale.
This thing where it might have sold is very recent. There've probably been a bunch of. There've been a lot of maybe nobody knows. So you might be right. I'm not sure, but it has not sold still.
They closed down food service.
Oh, it's been shut. It's been shut as a restaurant since COVID.
Yeah.
Exactly 2 years.
I mean, fingers crossed it's something. They have a built-in audience, customer base.
That's the thing. They didn't when they shut. We didn't have Fridays like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like they would sell maybe 10 burritos on a good day kind of thing. Nowadays, it's like, this is no offense, like we helped put it on the damn map.
Oh, yeah.
Not just me, I mean, but all of us. And it's a place now. Like it would be a different business than it was way back when. I mean, it's a different clientele. You could probably offer different things at different price points and really do okay, I'm guessing. But, I'm really dumb when it comes to money and business and shit like that. So I kind of I'm not the guy. It seems like it makes sense to me, but yet it has not sold despite many price drops. So I don't know. I'll tell you this. Here's the prospectus on it. Who wants to know? Check out Compass Realty, and you can page through everything. And then if you get to the back here, you can see us in the snow. There we go. There we are.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, we had no idea that we were part of this, but I mean, there's
You're
a lot.
not getting compensated for this.
Well, let's see when it sells.
Unsolicited
Let's see when it sells,
publicity.
because there are a lot of GVBC photos and stuff like that here.
How many people would it take to run the place?
It doesn't take many to run it. That's the thing. That part is the overhead. I don't think once it's going is bad. It's more of like where it is, and if you want to change what's there, building up there would be like building in Hawaii. You got to get all the shit over there, up there. You got to, it's like.
I'm just thinking of getting employees up there and stuff too.
Well, it has come with a cabin. It comes with a 3,500 square foot cabin where currently the former employees are still living.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
So I mean, like, it's a kind of The Shining type situation, but theoretically,
That's not going to sell it.
I might be the guy.
It was
Maybe.
a great hotel.
Yeah.
We can.
Many generations of men have killed their wives here, but it's only in the off season.
It's
Come
the only
ski.
place to get eggs for 20 miles.
Come ski Mount Snow. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. I would love it. The last thing that we thought was going to happen could have been great. Would have been great. I'm sure that if it didn't go through, there's a good reason, because everything seemed like good about it. Like it was good energy behind it, and I know you know what I mean. How are you energetically wise? I mean, we're going long here, but
I lost 50 pounds since I was here 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. But you were already so much healthier than you were a year prior to that, when you had stroked out and almost died on us.
Well, yeah, I had 2 major strokes 6 years ago. The brainstem stroke should have killed me.
Yeah.
My whole left side was gone, 0. And my
fully paralyzed, right?
Like I moved my left arm by this way with my right arm.
Right.
And then my right eye, the vision was gone too, because I had 2 strokes at the same time. So the occipital lobe, and I shouldn't have survived the brainstem stroke that kills you, typically. So, but I did, and just come back since then. From a wheelchair, from bed for a couple weeks, and a wheelchair, and finally to a walker, and finally to a cane and stuff. And just tons of work all the time.
You've got such a good spirit, though. Is that what
Thank
got you? I mean, as a friend, I'm saying you have a good spirit.
My neurologist says I have that kind of determination and stuff because I've hardly got any brain left. Literally.
It doesn't make sense.
I know it doesn't. None of it does, but
you're able to do so much.
I've rewired my brain in such a way that they can't really understand, but they know this is what happens. You can force yourself to improve. You can have that power of will and desire and just emotionally to get yourself together.
And the belief, right? The belief system that you can do it. And then if you can do it, if you can see it, then why can't it be done?
What happened was when I was in the rehab hospital at first, I couldn't open my fist. Imagine staring at your hand and not being able to open it. And they put some electrodes on the back of my arm one day, and they fired up this thing. It's NMES, which is a neuromuscular electrical stimulation.
It's like a TENS unit, right?
It's like
an
a
electrostim.
Exactly. So they put two
little pads.
Pads on me.
Yeah.
They fired it up, and it opened my hand every time it pulsed, and then would close. And so it would do that about 10 times. Okay.
That's the therapy.
That's the therapy, and it would just electrically short out the muscles, and you would basically open your hand. It would open your hand.
Would it doing that does that show that it's not dead? Like that you should be able to rewire it? Like, it does work if somebody can get a signal to it.
The problem is the brain has to be able to get the signal back to the muscle. Right now they're doing it just localized, okay? So it just means that it's functional, but your brain isn't talking to it. So I went through the therapy this one day that they wanted to try. And at the end of the therapy, they said, well, try to open your hand. Nothing. And it's, kind of depressing. But the second day, I asked them to go ahead and try it again. And 10 times, the machine opened me up. And all of a sudden, I could open my hand.
Come on.
On the second day.
Is that so? It's firing like muscle memory. Somehow it's your neuroplasty. You're relearning.
It's just between the brain and the hand.
Rewiring.
They start shocking and moving.
Just connect it. So
it's like it's almost like training. It's like, here, do it like this a few times.
The brain is like, oh right, we have that.
I remember that. We just
that.
you have to unplug it from. This doesn't work anymore. Let's plug it in over here now.
Yeah.
Switchboard.
I mean, it's different from Nicole's problem, but it's similar at the same time. Okay, and that's why I understand a lot of this neurological stuff now. But at the same time, your brain shrinks. I don't know if you find this morbid or not, but your brain shrinks. So when you're 65,
the mass of the tissue,
the size of your brain shrinks so that when you're 65, and I'll be 68 next month, when you're 65, it should be about 50% of its original optimum size.
No way.
50%. That's typical, okay?
That's crazy.
So...
and we're not talking about usage. We're talking about physical mass.
Physical mass. So I do these intensive MRIs a year ago, December, okay? And the results come back with the meeting with the neurologist in February. He says, well, it's pretty amazing. Your hippocampus, which is in the back of the brain, where your long-term memory is, that's shrunk down to 28% of its size.
Mm-hmm.
And your gray matter up on top, where you do your conscious work, okay? The gray matter on top of the major part of the brain, that's down to 26%.
Thanks, Doc.
And your brain keeps shrinking, right? So I said, what am I working with here? And then the white matter underneath that, the major part of your brain, the two halves, that's 2%. I said, what the hell's left in there? He says, just fluid. I said, I got 2%. That's the part that runs all your body functions and stuff.
Yeah.
I should be the drooling idiot sitting in a wheelchair.
That's what it sounds.
Yeah,
that's what you're
2%
describing.
is working.
No, there's one more step to that because there's connective parts of the brain.
By the way, drooling idiot in a wheelchair. Really? I should be in a vegetative state.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, but some people get that way because they don't want to get better. They don't force themselves. They don't push.
Some people will buy the diagnosis hook, line, and sinker.
Exactly.
And some people are fighting back, like you
Amen.
guys.
God bless. God bless, my friend.
Same.
So the
you.
connective part, I'm down to 1%. And then he leans over and he says, I bet you're dizzy all the time. And I said, you know what? I'm dizzy all the time. I mean, except for the first couple hours of the morning, I get dizzier as the day goes
It's
on.
the fluid in your spine and everything? The brain fluid?
No, it's just the connective setup in your brain to the parts of the brain.
Oh,
They
that's
get out
similar
of
to her
phase.
then. So again, it's the fluidity and the wiring of where
The
the
wiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the wiring connections, I only have 1% left. But I just did a cognitive test.
Are you fragile because of this? I'm sorry to cut
No.
you off. It's like nothing's going to happen any second, right? You feel fine. Everything's great.
I'm improving. I'm still improving. This is just
Despite these numbers going down,
right.
you are walking better, you're losing weight, you're doing more physical things.
Yep.
Your mental acuity seems to be sharpening from the last time I saw you.
My test just came back from 2 weeks ago, my cognitive test. I have average cognitive abilities for someone of my age, average or better, someone of my age who's never had a stroke.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It doesn't make sense because you've
Right.
survived several strokes, or a couple strokes.
Right.
That's amazing.
So,
So you really are on the upward tick, and maybe,
Still-
if anything, you're
still
continuing to get
improving.
younger.
Still improving.
Man, we need some of that. Your
Well, I take a lot
your
of
mojo
supplements
is so
and stuff
good.
like that too. You know, I take something called Nerve Renew, which is a lot of B12 and B6.
Right, you sent us some
Right,
of that,
right.
the information.
And I take a B9 supplement, you know, which is folic acid. That's supposed to keep your brain from shrinking.
Oh, folic acid's supposed to be
Folic
good
acid,
for you, yeah.
B9.
Is that that's supposed to be good for the synapse too, right?
Yeah.
Synapse, and it's for forming babies' brains.
That's what it was, right? So it's like theoretically, if it's anything introduced that early, it's not stem cell, but it's like very introductory cell-wise. Yeah.
So the B vitamins are you know, really the most important thing for your neurological health, I think. That's pretty much been.
But you always got plenty of sun, so it's not like you were deficient in B, I can't imagine. Oh, no, the sun is D. The sun is D.
Oh, I take D supplements
wow.
because I'm short on
B, right,
Yeah,
right,
B
right.
as in boy.
So where do you get B other than, from a B12
Well,
shot
I
or
get it
something
from
like
a
that?
company called Nerve Renew.
Well, no, I mean, like, where would one derive vitamin B in a natural state? Like, you get it from potatoes or carrots. That's vitamin C, I think.
Yeah, it's probably spinach.
Spinach, iron.
Yeah, that's sort of and B vitamins and stuff like that. You get a bunch of stuff from whatever
Greens,
grows in the
healthy
ground.
greens.
Plus, when I had the heart attack 2 years ago,
I forgot about that.
I gave myself a heart attack in rehab in the hospital.
That's how hard he
Was this
pushes
the double
folks.
heart attack, or is this in addition to the double heart attack?
The double stroke.
Double
The heart
stroke.
attack. Okay.
My
I
bad.
didn't tell you about the melanoma on my shoulder. Okay. But yeah, so I gave myself a heart attack. They put 2 stents in my heart. They went through my wrist and put
Don't
2 stents
do
in
that
my
in
heart.
the future.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, genetic things just screw you up. I had a genetic time bomb, runs in the family. My dad almost died of a heart attack at 67. His dad did die of a heart attack at 67. So at almost 66, I gave myself a mild one in the hospital, in rehab. My triglycerides, we found out why.
I think you gave it to yourself so you could be done with it.
Well, I gave it myself so I could figure out what it was that was causing it. So what happens is I can't process my fats anymore the same way, the same kinds of fats. My triglycerides, the fats of your blood, they should be about 150. They were always around 200 or so. Within a couple of months, because I check my blood work all the time, in a couple of months they went over 600. In a couple of months. I had 2 arteries 90% blocked in my heart that were clear, relatively clear, 4 years before that when I had the strokes. So it was just a genetic thing where all of a sudden, I mean, I used to eat a half a pound of cheese at night, with a bottle of wine.
I
stuff
feel
like
like that has some contribution.
So, but I always processed it fine. It was never a
Charlie
problem.
Kelly from It's Always Sunny.
Never
How much
a problem.
cheese is too much cheese? Any amount of cheese is too much cheese.
So I don't do cheese. I don't do butter.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you've
Kevin
changed
Baker.
your life
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
I don't do any carbs. I don't do bread, bread, pasta,
Yeah.
potatoes.
The carb list. I got it. I'm really happy that you're. I'm really happy that you're well. I'm really happy that you're here. I know when you're coming, it's always like 6 months, 4 months, 2 months. Like I'll be there in 3 weeks. I'm like, all right. Well, I mean, like when you're here is when it's real to me. We're one day at a time. We're one moment at a time. Seeing you makes my heart warm. So it's really good to see you.
That's a very hashtag live it while you got it story right
That's
there.
why I drove
That's good
across
work.
country like a madman for the last year. I made 5 trips to the mainland just driving that pink car across country.
Nice.
All different places.
All different
All
places,
over the
meeting
joint.
friends along the way. Because I thought, how long is this going to last? If I get a prognosis that my brain has shrunk so much, at some point, I'm going to be at the point where I don't have anything left to function. I better do what I want to do now, while I can, while I still can do it. And instead of deteriorating, like I was expecting over the year, I kept getting better.
Yeah.
The harder I pushed, the more I did, the better I got. I'm better now than I was a month ago.
Keep it up.
Everything. It's just amazing.
Keep it up.
Yeah, keep it up.
Seriously.
And the Porsche has been the motivation in so many ways. One of the first things
All right, we got to wrap it up, though. Go ahead, real quick, and then...
Pushing in the clutch. I didn't have a left leg. To push the clutch in and drive my classic air-cooled Porsches, that was the major motivation to getting better.
To get back in the car.
To get back in the car. To be able to drive again. Because I love to drive.
So buy a bunch of Porsches, and you will feel better.
He's got a pig. You got a cow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Got to get these guys.
Barn-
Got to
little
get these kids
barnyard
together.
Yeah.
Hey.
The cow's gonna be on the mountain tomorrow.
Yeah.
No pigs
pig,
though.
no
Okay.
pig.
The
One
pig
day.
is where now?
The pig is
Texas.
wintering in Nashville.
Nashville, that's right.
She's in a nice
Very
garage
nice.
in Nashville, and then she's going to the Porsche parade, and I got to drive it up to the Poconos in June.
You just
Very
got cars just stashed across the country?
No, that's my mainland car. I quit shipping them back and forth because.
But you did. You used to ship them back and forth.
The idea
but
of a
ship it
mainland
to the
car.
West Coast is only about $1,000 each way. To ship it from Hawaii to Boca and back was $7,000.
It's the country, yeah. The
I
boat's
found
easy.
That car for $7,000 in Massachusetts.
The 944 Turbo? Oh, I didn't know that.
Pig. The pink pig is black. And I found it in Massachusetts for $7,000. That was my budget. It was my shipping budget.
How many miles are on it?
92,000, something like that.
Oh, okay. That can't be it. I was like, it would be so weird if that was my old car.
Oh,
Because mine was black on black, and apparently there is only 86 and no 86 and a half. So, and Connecticut and Massachusetts, like it's totally plausible that it could be. Could it be?
tan interior. Gray,
I heard it.
Grayish interior. So.
Oh, okay. All right. I was black on black. Will on camera 3, what's going on with you? How do people follow you? Let's start with that.
I'm just some dude, man.
Raiden Motors.
Raiden Motors.
You shake your head with that because it's an idea you never really fulfilled as much as you wanted.
I just have a weird, I have my personal Instagram account, and it's mostly New York people. And then I have my business account, which now, it's becoming more and more just, friends that are from L.A. or car stuff.
Is that Raiden Motors business?
Yeah.
That's my business
there's
account?
No business. There's
I
no
never knew
business
that.
account. Well,
what should I be following?
Well,
I call you Raiden Motors because that's how I met you.
Shouldn't be following anything. I mean, you can
Will
follow
on
anyone.
camera 3.
I just have weird. I have an account where the saddest CRT, where I just put tube televisions that are in very sad images.
Oh, I love that.
This is
like
a
in an
weird
alley or on somebody's stoop or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
on the
that.
side of the road. It was a joke that I was trying to play on my friends who play Smash Brothers, who are so serious about this video game that they're like, if you don't play it on a CRT, you're not even playing the same game. Okay. And I started taking pictures of CRTs on the side of the road, and I was like, you guys want this? Should I bring it in? They're like, yeah, grab it. And I'm like, come on, I'm not gonna drag a television into New York City. There's War Garble Sucks, which is my band from many moons ago.
What did you play?
I sang in this band.
Is that where you tell people you're a musician?
I mean, this is just a bunch of goons. We played together in New York City, and it was a lot of fun. And That's it.
Come back and let's talk music sometime. That's crazy. You're coming to Breakfast Club tomorrow, are you?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, then all four of us will be up at GVBC tomorrow. Gunnar, people follow you on Facebook, right? You're not on. You are on Instagram, but you're not really on Instagram.
I'm not on Instagram. I don't.
But you have a profile with your picture and stuff.
Well,
I tag it.
Okay.
I saw it today because I was like, "Who is this?" Let me
I
find
must
out
have
who this
opened
is.
it years ago and just never used it.
Okay.
Was
So
what I
it's
did.
not.
No.
Facebook is where you are.
Yeah, Facebook is where I am.
And then the Harbor Gallery on the Big
Right.
Island in where is it?
It's
What part
in
of
Kauai High.
Kauai High.
Yeah, which
Awesome.
is down on the coast in
Kauai
the harbor.
High.
It's in the harbor at Harbor Gallery, Kauai High Harbor.
Conveniently located.
Yeah, conveniently located.
Beautiful downtown Burbank.
Beautiful downtown Kauai High.
So we'll all be at GVBC tomorrow. Saturday, I know there's stuff going on, although I cannot remember exactly everything. And then Sunday, we are going to be at NASCAR with Magnus. I know that still sounds crazy, but it's true. And then we'll be back next week on Tuesday with Sonia, OMG Firefox from. She's on Instagram with 400,000 followers, but she's on Twitch and she's got video games and stuff. But she's got a GTR that she brings up to GVBC, and she's got a podcast on the Team Coco platform with Blay from that show. So anyway, she's going to be here on Tuesday, and we're going to have fun with her. And I'm really looking forward to it because once I found out the Team Coco element, I'm like, that's where I started. I was a little kid in high school working at Team Conan before it was Team Conan. So it's exciting for me. You good?
Yep.
Everybody else good?
Yeah.
Great.
Anything else that we didn't mention that we should?
Oh, so delicious. Hot sauce made by Bear.
They heard that, and then I muted it, and you go, oh, mute, whatever. And I started telling you about the mute card, and then I never unmuted it. This is.
I shouldn't have distracted you. I don't have a lot of media training, Jay Ryan.
No, I know. We've been through that
No, I know
lately.
you know.
Been going through a run of that. And meanwhile, Gunner's like a pro over here. He just sits here. He's like, I'm sitting on a talk show. I love you. We love you guys, Gunner and Will on Camera 3. And we all love you at home. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out on Instagram. Anybody still on Instagram at this point? There are 4 people still there.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
what's up?
I can't believe it.
It's the hot quad, dude. The
believe it.
strong.
I can't believe it. And Ong, says Marisa Roche. I don't know what any of that is, but whoa. It's a real party this episode, says Tree Shade. All right, we love everybody. Have a great weekend.
All those kids are SOBs.